Woohoo! This one's going to be fun. Hello, and welcome back to more Keep Smiling Adventures. And in this video, I'm just going to let you know what I'm going to be up to next, because this one is going to be fun. The last time I tried to cross the country on a BMX, we basically did it. We got very close, but then obviously I broke the chain and it was a bit of a logistical nightmare to continue. But I wanted to go again. I wanted to do it on another human-powered machine. And because I got to the end and I broke a chain, and I was thinking to myself, I am gonna scooter the rest of this like 10, 15 miles that I had to do. I think that sunk something deep in my mind that I wanted to actually scooter the length of the UK. And sitting right next to me right here is the Trexx disc scooter. I'm not going to do a full review of this right now because I haven't ridden it enough, but I am going to attempt to ride either from John O'Groats or Land's End from John O'Groats to Land's End, or Land's End to John O'Groats. Haven't quite decided on which way I'm going to go. It's going to depend on logistics, trains and stuff. Probably going to do it in the same direction as I did with the BMX, with the from John O'Groats to Land's End, over like 900 miles. I think my route is currently about 950 miles. And the reason I want to do it on this scooter in particular is because it's got proper tires. It's basically an off-road scooter. And that means I'm going to attempt to take this scooter the length of the UK off-road, or, you know, quite off-road for the most part. So just for clarification, I reached out to Yedu when I really decided, yeah, a scooter sounds really fun to do it on. And I was looking for scooters and I come across this one, and I reached out to them and asked if they would kindly supply one for me, and they said yes. So they have sent me this. I haven't actually paid for it. But yeah, just so you know, I'll quickly go over the scooter now. All right, starting with the frame, it has an alloy frame with quick release dropouts. What's nice about this frame is it has a bit of flex to it, so it doesn't feel too harsh when riding over rough terrain, even though it's a rigid setup. That flex definitely feels nice and absorbs some of them bumps. Combined with the tires and the flex, you don't feel too much of the vibrations coming through. The fork is also alloy with a quick release. The stem is a Uno alloy 3D 100mm paired with a Uno alloy handlebar that's 640mm wide riser bar. The handlebar height can be adjusted anywhere from 93 to 100 centimeters. I've got mine at the highest setting since I'm 6'6". The grips are XHH anti-slip dual lock grips. The headset is a Neko alloy 118-inch headset. For braking, you've got Tektro ML520 brake levers with disc brakes front and rear. Both are Tektro MD M300 Aries cable operated disc brakes with 160mm Tektro disc rotors. The wheels are 26-inch on the front, old school, and with a much smaller 20-inch on the rear, with HJC alloy double-walled rims. The tyres are Kenda Small Block 8 60 TPI with Kevlar guard, and they are 2.1 inches wide, both front and rear. There's plenty of tyre clearance on this, especially on the front. I feel like it could take bigger tyres, probably even a 650B rim as well, although it might make the front end high. I'm not too sure. Maybe I'll test that out in the future, because bigger tyres or wheels would raise that footrest, which is good for rougher terrain but makes it harder and more tiring to push over distance. The hubs are Novatec disc hubs. Because it's a scooter, the spacing is just like the front QR wheel on the back as well as on the front, so it's essentially using two front wheels. There are two bottle holder mounts, one higher up and one closer to the footrest. The footboard is 40 centimeters, 15.7 inches in length, with a internal routing for the rear brake cable. For the height between the ground and the footrest, I've got it on the lower setting at 6 centimeters or 2.4 inches. There's also a higher position at 8.7 centimeters, 3.4 inches, although to change the position it does require a larger 203 disc rotor and a change in the caliper adapter. So it's probably not likely that you can just switch it out on the go really quickly. It's kind of something you have to think about what you want beforehand. Weight-wise, Yedu claims 9.1 kilograms. On my scale, it comes to around 9.5 kilograms on a cheap luggage scale, so it's probably pretty accurate. With the scooter using all pretty standard bike parts, this scooter would be easy to upgrade if you so wish though. Normally, I won't tell anyone about the trip. I'll just go and I'll do it, I'll attempt it, and then you get to see the final product of the video when it eventually comes out, if it makes it, whatever. But I think with this one, it's going to be such a unique experience. For me, there's no pedals, there's no chain to brake, and I have no idea what to expect. I'm hoping that just before I go, I'm going to be able to share the route and then be able to meet up with you guys along the route if you are nearby or whatever as I'm coming through. I'm going to try and figure it out. Maybe I can, on my website, keepsmileadventures.com, if I can have like a live tracker, something along the lines. Let me know if you have any ideas how I can do that efficiently, not like using my phone where I have to use loads of data and battery all the time. Maybe I can find like a little GPS unit that can just do that. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments down below how I might be able to do that. But it'd be really cool to meet up with you guys, come along for, you can ride your bikes and I will scoot along, because this thing is fun. It's weird, but very fun. I'm so used to riding bikes, and when you are on it, it feels like you're riding a bike, but then also at the same time, it doesn't feel like you're riding a bike. It's just a very unique experience. When you do these really, really long trips, the more the machine you're using, the more the tool you're using is simplified, the less things that can go wrong, I think the more enjoyable that trip can become. And on this scooter, you've essentially taken away all the moving parts of a bicycle. Oh, most of them, maybe half of them, I guess. You haven't got a chain, you haven't got a crankset, no bottom bracket. Essentially, if I can keep these wheels inflated and the brakes working, what can go wrong? I'm gonna just touch this wood here all over because who knows. But the other thing that's just really cool about this is it uses standard bike parts. Standard handlebars, standard stem, standard brakes. The ones on here at the moment are just like the Tektro, the cable ones. I've definitely been spoiled with hydraulic brakes over the years, but if you wanted to, you could stick hydraulic brakes on here. It's got a 26-inch front wheel, a 20-inch on the back, and you might notice there is there's a double dropout on the back, and I probably will have to make use of the one that is not on right now, because it gives you more, it raises the foot pad up. Now I could make all these changes. I've got hydraulic brakes that I could put on this. I could probably put tubeless, which would be my preference, but I want to take this scooter as it comes. But the only thing I might just adapt is put a slightly, maybe stick a bit of skateboard grip tape on the foot plate, because I have a feeling this trip might be a little bit of a wet one, because well, I'm going to be going, it's going to be a winter trip, so the days are going to be getting shorter, the weather's probably not going to be the best, and yeah, it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun, and probably some type 2 type fun, type 3 type whatever, we keep going up the types. So hopefully I will let you know when I know exact date, the exact route. Keep an eye out on my main channel. Make sure you're subscribed to Keep Smiling Adventures, more Keep Smiling Adventures, for if you want to see how this handles once I get back and I can do a full review of it. Make sure you're following me on Instagram, because I'll probably be posting roughly where I am or coming through on there as I'm actually scootering the length of the UK. And it would just be cool for this trip to be a bit more of a social event, and I can meet you guys out there if you're willing to brave the winter weather, which it'll probably be in by the time I go. So hopefully I'll see you out on the trails on this cool scooter.